Hi there, how are you? This is Lois. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you are self-quarantining and self-distancing. We are living in strange times and we better take precaution. I just thought I would mention that now. It's just a reminder that the duty is on us. It's civic duty to protect ourselves and protect our neighbors and the vulnerable people in the community. Okay, anyway, I hope you're well. Cheer up. I know these are bad times, but come on, we can still manage a smile, right? So if you're still breathing, if you're still alive, we still have reasons to be grateful. We've seen just how bad things have turned in some other countries, and yeah, so let us take care. Let us keep these people in our prayers and help where we can help. Okay, all right. So welcome back to this channel. If it's your first time, please subscribe. I'm an immigration consultant and I'm based in Calgary, Alberta, just in case you're seeing me for the first time. And I do make videos about immigration to Canada and just life in general in Canada. And today I'm making this video about how much money people make in Canada, simply because I know there's that curiosity. So you've always wanted to know how much do people make abroad, like for real. And I also know for prospective immigrants, this is always a question that is at the front line of their minds when they're thinking, when they're doing mathematics, when they're dreaming about just how much money they will make when they come abroad. This is also for our relatives and friends back home, just so that they know the kind of life that we lead here. Because I know when I got my first job, I made a mistake of telling my mom how much money I was making because it sounded a lot. But it's because you do the translation to the Kenyan currency, and she was like, oh, no way, like you are, yeah. So that is one mistake. I hope you don't repeat. Don't do the same mistake. Anyway, my mom came to an understanding as to how life is here, and that life is expensive. So when we say we are making this many dollars an hour, people go crazy. And you may think that we make a lot of money. We just make money at times just to have a modest living. Some people make a lot of money, granted. But there are also people who don't make that much money, okay? And that translation, I'll talk about it a little bit just so that we have the right expectations, okay? All right, according to Statistics Canada, the average, and Canada is a big country, just bear that in mind when I give this statement, that we have so many provinces and we have so many territories. These provinces and territories are not equal. Some of them are richer than the others, and others have more resources, others have better jobs and better paying jobs. So just so you know, so when I say that according to Statistics Canada, the average Canadian earns about $50,000 per year. That is the average Canadian. However, there are some provinces that have a higher average, and others actually have a lower average depending on province to province or territory, okay? So with $50,000 per year, and that's how we quote salary here, it's per year. That means that you're earning about $952 per week if you're working full-time. And full-time means that you're working about 40 hours per week, and that is about $25 an hour, okay? That is the average Canadian. That is about just how much money people make. So in this, when we're looking at Canada in general, like the broad Canada, there are high paying jobs. Actually, there are really high paying jobs. Then there are high, just above average paying jobs. And then there's average paying jobs. And then there's the low paying jobs. So without going so much into the high end of CEOs and people like that, people in the C-suits, and especially in the oil and gas industry, there are a lot of high-paying jobs, which are the majority of the high-paying jobs here in Canada actually pay around $150,000 per year. And then we have low-paying jobs that pay anything between around $20,000 per year. Okay, and we shall see what that means. So here, every province has a minimum wage. That is something that has been implemented just to make sure that people they're paid fairly. So some provinces do pay a minimum wage of $9.95. That is really low. When I came to Calgary, maybe 8 years ago or 9 years ago, my first job at a store, I was earning $8 and maybe 75. That was the minimum wage then. So to have a province that is paying $9.95 8 years later, that is still low. But other provinces, there are some provinces that are paying a minimum wage of $15, and Alberta is one of them. So I always tell you, Alberta is a good place to come. Anyway, yes, so an employer, once you're employed, an employer is going to either pay you weekly or bi-weekly or monthly. Bi-weekly is the most popular, whereby you're paid every other Friday. Okay? Yeah, so in a year, you're going to have 26 paychecks in a year. Okay, excuse me. Then when you're newly, and now I'm talking in the perspective of a new immigrant, because I talk to immigrants, to aspiring immigrants. This may not apply to a lot of people who are here who are seasoned. So I'm talking about people who are newcomers and people who are preparing, just so that they know what they're coming to expect or what they're coming to find. So when you're newly employed, most of the time you get 2 weeks vacation if you're getting a starter job. And a starter job is just the entry level job. Most of them give you 2 weeks vacation, and depending on experience, if you've brought a lot of experience, it could be 3 weeks. Okay, but when you gain experience and you earn your work and your vacations over the years, vacations do go up to 6 weeks in a year. And then you're also going to be entitled to sick days. And that depends from company to company. Some companies are going to say you have 12 sick days in a year that you can take. Others are just going to be flexible, like you can take time when you're sick and you're still going to be paid. So that depends on companies. A lot of companies, a lot of corporates do have flexi days. These are personal days that you can take. Those days when you're tired and you don't feel like going to work, you want to work on your mental health, you can always take a flexi day. It depends. Companies, it can range from once a month. There are some companies actually do have one flex day a month, and others may have one flex day a quarter. So it depends on company to company. In the oil and gas sector here in Calgary, you're going to find that some companies do actually give almost every other Friday off. So in every 2 weeks, you have a Friday off. Others have like every Friday afternoon off. Depends on companies. But some of these companies are making a lot of money and they pay their people a lot of money. And I'm talking about here in Calgary, in Alberta. Okay? And this is usually to promote work-life balance, because you're working, go, it's go. You have high expectations. You have high deadlines and KPIs and all that. So they do try to promote the work-life balance. Okay? All right, so I'm just gonna go through, according to Workopolis, Workopolis has come up with a list of about 10 highest paying jobs in Canada. And I'm gonna start with the highest, like the highest. These are CEOs and people in the C-suite, the people who lead these organizations. Of course, they manage organizations, and these people could be earning anything between from $500,000 a year up to $2 million. There are CEOs who earn even maybe more than $2 million a year. But that is the range from $500,000, depends on the size of the company and the industry. In the oil and gas, CEOs earn crazy money. Okay, yeah, could be that I say between $500,000 to $2 million per year. And then specialized physicians, those ones could earn anything between $117,000 to $375,000 a year. Dentists, yes, dentists can earn anything, entry level who have no experience could be earning anything from $53,000 $53,000 a year, and this is Canada wide. Just so you know, this is Canada wide. So 53 is quite low for a dentist, but it depends on where that is. But dentists could earn anything from $53,000 to $213,000 a year. So you can see that range is quite high. That just tells you that it matters on the province where you are. And then family physicians, yes, those people who check on our health, those ones could earn anything from $58,000 to $310,000 a year. Actually, doctors, these specialists or whoever, physicians, dentists, these are among some of the highest people paid here in Canada. Lawyers could earn anything from $44,000 to $146,000 per year. Okay, federal judges, yes, the people who judge people at federal court, they earn between $308,000 to $396,000. So those guys are well paid. Okay, managers in transportation, construction, finance, communication, goods production, those guys can earn anything from $75,000 to $141,000 a year. Okay, engineering managers could earn anything from $68,000 per year to $172,000 per year. Okay, and then pilots, yes, those beloved pilots of ours. Actually, I think when I look at the pilots, I think Kenyan pilots earn more than the pilots here for some reason. I don't know why. But pilots earn anything from $40,000 to $146,000 per year. Okay, yes, so those are among the highest paying jobs. Of course, there are people who are in businesses who make more money than that. So I'm just giving this according to Workopolis. And then, of course, there are lowest paying jobs here in Canada. So I'm just gonna give an example of a few, like 6 or 7 lowest paying jobs here in Canada. And these are people like sewing machine operators, those ones who are employed. I'm talking about people who are employed, not people who are in business. So those ones earn about anything from $22,000 a year to $44,000 a year. Cooks earn between $20,000 and $26,000 a year. Cashiers at the stores, anywhere you go where there's a cashier, cashiers earn between $21,000 and $29,000 per year. Dishwashers, those are the people who wash dishes in restaurants and places like that. They do earn between $21,000 and $28,000 per year. Restaurant servers, these are waiters, kitchen helps. Those ones earn between $20,000 and $30,000 per year. We have bartenders who earn about anything between $20,000 and $42,000 a year. So that is not bad. And I just want to mention that these people who work in restaurants, servers, waiters, bartenders, a lot of these people, they have very low minimum wage. The base salary is low, but these people get a lot of money from tips. So tips are not counted when I'm talking about this. No, this is just their hourly wage. But then these guys earn a lot of money on tips. I know a lot of people who work in corporates and then they are waiters over the weekend, because especially in summertime, if you're a pro waiter, those pro waiters out there, they make a lot of money. Some of them make more money from tips than the money they earn in offices. Okay, and last but not least, I want to talk about babysitters and nannies, and these people earn anything between $20,000 and $37,000 a year. So you have an expectation, you know what you're looking at. So I've given those ranges because they're going to depend on the province where you are, where you're coming. Okay. Right. What about common jobs for immigrants? Remember, I said there are some jobs which are easy for immigrants to get, and I'm here for the immigrants, yes, because there are some jobs you're going to get once you come here. And so these are jobs that are easy to get. You just have transferable skills. Some of them or if you're licensed, some of these jobs are very easy to get for newcomers. And I'm just gonna give like a range, and this is in Calgary. I'm going to give an example of just how much these jobs may pay here in Calgary, Alberta. So it's very easy. If you know how to type, you can do data entry. Yes, data entry. And data entry can pay you around $22 per hour. So that is not bad, okay? Considering that Calgary, the minimum wage is $15. It's not like a lot of money, but $22 is not bad for a starter job, okay? Customer service jobs, these are very good entry-level jobs that you can always get. You know, anybody can be a customer service job if you're educated and you have work experience. And these jobs pay something between around $20 an hour, okay? Some may pay more, but entry-level, they do pay about $20 an hour. Stores, sales attendants, yeah, the people who are in our stores, whether it's clothing, whatever, Walmart, Superstore, those people, they do earn, some of them, they are above minimum wage. Some stores actually pay minimum wage, but others could be paying $17 an hour, okay? Yeah, so what about if you come as a nurse? Because I know a lot of people do come here as nurses. If you come as a nurse and you're licensed, you already have the license, or you've taken licensing here. If you're an LPN, LPNs do make about $30 an hour, so they make really good money as LPNs. Then we have the other people who really don't need licensing, but people who come here as nurses and they're looking for licensing, they're usually doing nurse aid jobs. These people would earn about $22 an hour, so that is not bad while you're working on your nursing license, okay? And then we have registered nurses. Of course, you need a license to be a registered nurse again. So these are people who earn up to $45 an hour. So these guys make a lot of money. They make good money, I would say good money, okay? Yes, so that is why if you're a nurse, when you come here, it's it's recommended that you work towards your licensing, because there's a lot of money on the table, okay? Yes, receptionist, you know, you can always be a receptionist in your first job, and receptionists do make about $20 an hour, okay? Admin assistants, yes, you know, those people who help us in the offices, admin assistants do make around $25 an hour, okay? Social workers and community workers, these are the people also who would be nurses from their former life, and maybe they are trying to transition here, or you know, they're just social workers. But social workers who are in entry level do earn about $24 an hour, okay? Yeah, I'll go to banking clerks, because banking clerks, these are also very easy jobs to get. You don't need a license, you know, as long as you're educated. Banking clerks, you know, it's a very easy job to get, and these guys earn about $24 to $26 an hour, okay? Computer technicians, again, yes, if you're good with repairs, computer repairs, that is a good job that really pays very well. It pays about $35 an hour. It can be more than that, or it can be less than that, but that's the average that you're gonna get. Accountants, accounting technicians, not accountants, accounting technicians who do not need licensing still, and bookkeepers, these are people who can make up to $26 an hour. Then I'm just gonna say mechanics. You know, there are mechanics, and when I say mechanics and welders and electricians, you're going to realize that those are trade jobs, and those trade jobs do actually need licensing. And I know those jobs pay a lot of money. Those trades pay really, 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 really good money. But I always tell people, you know, there's that, I say, expectation versus reality. My friend, I'm just gonna give you a story about my friend. He's gonna kill me. I still love him. But he told me this story. In Kenya, he was working in a bank, and he told me he wanted to come and work as a a forklift operator. That's what he was coming to work. He had seen that, and he was dying to do it. And he had seen that it pays $55 an hour, and that's the reason he really wanted to come abroad, because he was like, come on, I'm working at a bank and someone is working as a forklift operator and making $55 an hour. Anyway, once you come here, you're going to realize that it takes a lot of education, it takes licensing, it's a lot of work, but those trades do pay good money. So yes, mechanics, some of them, mechanics, if you're starting as a mechanic, you could be getting $34 an hour. People like welders, plumbers, forklift operators, they can make up to $55 an hour. Okay, all right, that is what I wanted to give you, you know, just a general idea about how much people make here per hour. Okay, all right, thank you so much, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you at my next video. In the meantime, please take care and share this video. Bye.